What does frog does best? It will try to acclimatize to its harsh condition of its surrounding environment, and by changing its body temperature. Correct? One of the characteristics of a frog. Imagine this frog jump into a pot of water. Okay? And the pot of water to be lit on a fire. All right? And this fire hits the temperature of 0 to 20 degrees. What the frog will do? Try to adjust to the temperature of the water and survive the harsh condition of the environment. Correct? Correct? Imagine now the temperature hits 100 degrees. What do you think would have happened to the frog? What will the frog do? Jump out? You think so? But it's in a comfort zone. It's very comfortable. It will try to adjust, and then we'll get frog soup. We just throw in some vegetables and we'll get frog soup for the day. Correct? So all the thing that the frog needed to do is just jump off the pot, the boiling pot, but it doesn't do. So comfort zone is just like that. We are comfortable in our environment. Therefore, we will do whatever it takes to survive that harsh condition. We just don't want to jump out. So in the comfort zone, it will make you feel safe and you are in control of the environment. But both is not true. All right? And then imagine one bad habit leads to another bad habit in the comfort zone. Imagine there are days that you have decided not to do anything. Okay? And you can justify it. I've done a week's job and etc., etc., etc. So you have decided not to lift a finger on that day. All right? But you have to do something, right? So the best thing is we are comfortable sitting on our comfortable chair. And then probably some of us will watch TV. By the time we watch TV the whole day, we'll start off with one movie and then it will be a marathon of movie. Correct? Now we have many serials, right? Korean drama, Indian drama, Chinese drama, whatever drama, right? And then you are hooked onto the TV. Okay? Then you still need to eat, right? You decided not to cook, not to lift a finger. You're going to be just plain lazy and comfortable. Correct? So what you will do? You will buy food. Correct? What kind of food? Now we have Grab food, Panda food. Food will be delivered at home, right? Hello? Yes. No. Is that okay? Okay. So what kind of food we will buy? Carrots? Cucumber? That's food for rabbit, right? What kind of food? Comfort food, fattening food, fast food, snacks. By the time you realize you have gained weight and then you have become obese. Correct? So one bad habit will lead to another bad habit in your comfort zone. So now you want to make a progress. From a comfort zone, you want to jump, make the frog leap, jump, move forward. Then you are thrown into a dungeon called fear zone. This is where we are thinking. So here we will learn to give excuses. You know, some of us have diploma in giving excuses. Some of us degree in giving excuses. I used to say that I have a PhD in giving excuses. My brother Jyoti may know that. All right. So what kind of excuses that we give? Now we have gained weight. And then we don't look too good in our swimming trunk, swimming suit. All right. What we do? Oh, swimming is not good for me. Huh? Correct? So we stop swimming. All right. And then what kind of other excuses? We can't fit in the so-called the slim dress that we have bought. Our friends are all looking good. So we'll say, oh, I can't go for that occasion. I'll start giving excuses. So many excuses that we can give, right? So we will give excuses. Why do we do that? Because we have low self-confidence. You get what I mean? And then we are affected by the opinion of others. All right. What kind of opinion? Normally, your loved ones. They will always tell you that, okay, why are you sitting down glued to the TV? Do something better. And then now we know how to switch channels. So we switch, whatever words goes into your right ears, throw it on their left ears. Pretend that we didn't hear that. Because we are impacted by our low self-esteem or self-confidence. Majority of us are stuck between fear zone and comfort zone. From fear zone, we are thrown into this and then we'll jump back to the comfort zone. So we are doing this leap. And then from fear zone, we want to make progress. Then you're going into the learning zone. So in the learning zone, we know how to deal with our challenges. You know what is your strength. You know what is your weakness. You get what I mean? You know yourself. So most of you are probably at the learning zone. Today is a Thursday and you are here to pick up something, right? To learn something, right? So probably you are at the learning zone. But very quickly, if you don't have the mastery in the learning zone, you will fall back into the fear zone and go back to your comfort zone. It's easy to go back to our comfort zone. Okay? So in the learning zone, we have to acquire new skills. You're here to acquire some tools, some skills, how to make progress, how to be happy, how to be peaceful. Correct? All right. So these are in the learning zone. So what am I talking about today's program? Today's program is all about the growth zone. What is in the growth zone? How to live life by design and not by default. Life that you desire to live. So I'm going to give you all the tools in the masterclass. Of course, I'm going to touch today, what is this all about? All right. And then you will also know your life purpose. So life purpose is another 1.5 hour session. So I won't be doing it today. In the masterclass, I will do so. All right. To find out your life purpose. So to start the program, let's do this. Game time, measuring the distance. Remember how to do your paper aeroplane when you were a little child or kids? You know how to make the paper aeroplane? So I want you to make the paper aeroplane. Can you just pass on? Make the best paper aeroplane and let us test it out later. In Bangsa, I tried on the young ones. Some of them don't even know how to do paper aeroplanes. So the game is measuring the distance, all right? So we're going to shoot it over there, aim it over there, right? In the count of 3, 2, 1. Oh, not bad. Give them a round of applause. Imagine if I were to tell you good? Good, you like that exercise? Imagine if I were to tell you that it's your default pattern. Somebody have taught you how to make aeroplane before. If I were to say, my aeroplane, this. And then what you're going to say to me is, Raj, that's not an aeroplane. Aeroplane means aerodynamic, aeroplane. This is what you're holding rubbish. So it's measuring the distance, right? If I were to throw this, probably I will hit the furthest, right? Correct? So what is this all about? So that is some of your default patterns. Somebody have taught you how to make aeroplane like this. It can be your parents, school, or that's your conditioning, how to make that aeroplane. When the word aeroplane comes, this is how the aeroplane should be. Okay? And also it's your perspective. Yeah? Your perception of how the aeroplane should be. You get it? All right. Now, in today's program, so we'll keep my aeroplane here so that you are always reminded of the aeroplane. You will find out the default pattern. We have conditioned our mind and the perception that we spoke about, right? And then you in today's program, you need to do a lot of outside the box thinking. You get what I mean? So you have conditioned your mind. Oh, this is what my teacher taught me. This is what my spiritual guru taught me. So all that you need to check. If it helps you, keep it. If it doesn't help you, throw it. In order to take full advantage of today's program, we must approach it with open-minded and willing to serious thinking outside the box. All right? Let's go on. So we are in the world of inner world versus outward world. We live in the world of duality. Good, bad, correct? Sorrow, happiness, correct? Is there happiness and without the sorrow? More sorrow than happiness. Right? So for one pole, if North Pole to exist, then there's a South Pole. Correct? So it's not possible to have the right side without the left side. All right? So let's explore. Okay? So I want you to participate. Up and why not? Speak up. Up and thank you. Light and light. Dark. Hot and now you're talking. In and fast and right side and right and wrong. Visible and invisible. Correct? So consequently, just as there is an outer world, which is the physical world that we can see, correct? The law also says that there must be a inner world, which today we call the spiritual world. So some of you would know Brahma Kumaris and you would have known about the soul, correct? How many of you have taken the 7 days lesson? Some of you have not taken the 7 days lesson. The most important lesson, and we are all, including me after 25, 26 years, still working on the first day, 7 days lesson. You get what I mean? So it's free of charge, whatever programs that we conduct. It is conducted usually on Mondays, but here I believe that you can just call up Sister Dimple or anybody here, can fix your dates and do your 7 days lessons. Okay, let's go back to today's program. So what is visible and what is invisible? Whatever result that we are getting in the present life, let it be whatever in our present life, right? Let it be rich or poor, correct? Good or bad, positive or negative. Always remember that our outer world or our physical world is simply a reflection of our. So who's in charge? What is happening to you? How rich I am, how poor I am? Our neighbors, right? No, not our neighbor, not our friend. It's all the self, right? You are to be blamed, right? All right. If things are not going too well in our physical life, it is because things are not going too well in our inner life, right? The only way to permanently change our outer world is to first change our. Very easy. You see the problem? So who's in control of your life? Not our neighbor, not our wife and husband, not our children. No, you are in control of your life. Let's explore. Okay. What is visible and what is invisible? The tree. Imagine a mango tree. There's variety of mangoes, right? Different tastes. You know, among the Indians, we love the Indian mango, and Pakistan mango is equally good, but it tastes different. Of course, we have our Perlis mango. I forgot the Harum Manis mango. It all tastes different, right? What gives that taste? The soil, the roots, the seed, correct? Okay. So physically, we can see and we can measure how rich we are, correct? We can measure, right? I mean, don't measure your friends, how rich are they? You yourself, how much money you have. Your weight, you can measure, right? Your weight, you can measure, right? Your health, you can measure, right? How rich, how poor, how sorrow you are. Can you measure? Yes, you can measure how sorrow you are, how happy you are. So this is called the outer world or the physical world. What is the inner world? What determines everything? So today we're going to explore what determines what we have here, it's the breakdown or the anatomy is the conscious mind, the intellect, the subconscious mind, the memory, the feelings, vibration, and the blueprint or the personality. All of this determines your behavior, your personality, and so on and so forth. In Brahma Kumaris, we will, if this is cause, the other things that we see as physical is the effect. In Brahma Kumaris, we for those who have taken the 7 days lesson, you know that the mind, intellect, sanskaras. We use that word sanskaras. So it's a subconscious mind. The subconscious mind breakdown is the memory, feelings, vibration, and the blueprint. In the master class, you will be given a group discussion, a group study, and then you will get together and then you will have to break down to all those details. Okay. So that will happen in the master class. Today, I'm just going to touch on it. All right. So money is a result. Correct. Wealth is a must be a result. Isn't it a result? Whatever you get, it's a result, right? Health is a illness is a must be result, right? Weight is a result, definitely a result, right? How healthy we eat, and that determines, your weight. Our happiness is all it's a result. It's an effect, yes, but it's a result, correct? Right? It's a result. Our inner world is connected to our outer world. All these things are a result of what is happening within yourself, which is the mind, intellect, subconscious mind, and all these things. All right. So weight and blueprint. Okay. So imagine your BMI is supposed to be 65 and you weigh 75. All right. Correct. I'm talking about myself. Sister, you look slim. So she went like that. All right. So okay, I'm talking about myself. So what and I'm doing my exercise and I'm doing a lot of things and it's not happening. Why? Because subconscious mind, I have registered that I'm weighing 75 kg. All I need to do is that I need to erase and replace to 65 kg and immediately I will weigh that kg. So that is a blueprint that I have need to change, correct? Correct? So what happens here is that the blueprint is in the masterclass, I will give you the tools how to change your blueprint that you don't want. Okay. So sometimes what we do is that we will decide one day we want to go to the gym. We'll sign up for the gym. We'll pay for a year. Or we will buy the expensive treadmill. Will become, in my case, the most expensive cloth hanger because I don't use them. You get what I mean? So the smart thing to do is that change your blueprint and then exercise. Then you will attain your result even faster. So in the masterclass, I will tell you how to do all these things. All right? All right. Visible and invisible. The inner world equals to the result of the outer world is the physical world of the effect. It means that if you want to change the fruit, you first have to change the roots. What are the roots? The mind, intellect, subconscious mind, the feelings, and all those stuff. If you first want to change the visible, you first must change the invisible. All right? In my experience, whatever we cannot see is far more powerful than what we can see. Do you agree? Something that you can't see is far more powerful? Everything that you are experiencing now is attracted by you. So don't blame your wife or husband or your child or anyone else because it's you attracted them. Okay? We will explore law of attraction later. All right? So what is living life by default Raj is talking about? Why should I attract something that I didn't want? What I'm saying is this. If you don't live a life by design, you got no choice because we are living in the life of duality. We will be living a life of default. If you don't want to plan for your journey in your life, somebody is going to plan your journey. Correct? You can't blame them after that. Because you have decided not to live by design, what you want in life. You want to live by default. Okay, let's explore. So the people who are living in the life by default always like to use such words. I have no idea how I got what I got. Recognize these people? Most of the time, I feel things are just happening to me. You have no control. I have no control over the events in my life. Have you gone through that? Let's explore. We blame people, our condition, our relationship. We blame our circumstances. We blame our parents. We blame our government. We are also good at that, right? Malaysia. Yeah, sometimes they need to be blamed. So we blame God. That's the worst kind of blame. What God did to you all. We blame God. And the worst kind of blame I feel is that we blame our destiny. I'm destined to be doomed. I'm destined to be sorrow. I'm destined. Oh, my astrologer told me this. That's it. Doom for good. We blame everything and everyone outside of us for what is happening in our life, which we are in control. Everything which is happening to us is created by us unconsciously by default, some of it, or consciously by design. What do I mean by unconsciously? I don't want that to happen. So we will explore the law of attraction. And what do I mean by unconsciously by default? Let's do another exercise. It's a game time. Okay? I don't want you to think much. There's no right or wrong answer for this game. All right? Just say what you feel. All right? I'm going to tell you, give you a product, and you're going to shout out the first brand comes into your mind. Okay? First brand. Okay? Toothpaste. Colgate, most of it. And you said what? Dali. So some of it. So there's two brands, right? We all have the same teacher. Something to think about, right? Colgate. Most of us will say Colgate, right? Okay, the next one. Instant noodle. Oh my goodness. Did Maggie told us that if you buy and promote our brand, we will give you free Maggie for the year? We all have this unconsciously, right? You're all saying, you're all from a different house, I'm assuming, Why do we have this? Let's explore. So, there you go. Lux, Unilever, right? Unilever, Lux, right? They've done a great job. Did our parents say that we have to buy Lux and use Lux? Only then you will be healthy? No, right? But why? Why we are all saying the same thing? Come again? It's a brand, yeah. Coffee. Let's do this. Nescafe. Oh my goodness, we must be getting a lot of Nescafe for free. We are promoting it subconsciously, no? Tea. This is a tough one. Tea. Lipton and Boti. See, there you go. You have to give it to me. Lipton and Boti. Malaysian, we will not miss this too. Headache. The right word is paracetamol, right? But why Panadol? There are days that I went to the pharmacies or whatever. I'm having headache. I want Panadol. Then they, that's what we say. All right. So what determines all these things? Subconsciously. So you have to check how you have inherited all these things. This is just brands. Okay. I'm going to ask you to think a little bit more on history. Okay. Subject on history. If I were to give you 9/11 attack, America was attacked, 9/11. What's the first image come to your mind? Twin Towers. So that is what our CNN, BBC, American wants you to believe. it's a twin tower, and then after that, it was an attack on Afghanistan, right? So this is what the media perceive. What if I tell you the biggest blow for America was Pentagon? Pentagon is the command center of United States. They are the biggest military might, right? And the command center was hit. Their anti-ballistic missile didn't work and things like that. So that's a very bad image for United States. But what over a period of time, what has happened is that we will believe that it's Twin Tower, and then this is how history is made. And then in the textbook, it will be Twin Tower, and then generations to come, you only remember Twin Tower and forget about Pentagon. You get what I mean? So this is something that for you to think about. And if the history doesn't help us, check and rework. If something is not helping us, we have to throw this. So you have to look into all this limiting belief. This is the power of advertisement. Do you agree? This is an example of our default pattern. It has subconsciously registered with us with this brand. No one taught us, but this is we picked up along our way. Correct? Subconsciously we have picked up. Okay? That much movies or TV that we are hooked on to, that we automatically have these brands also coming in. Right? All right. So how was our default pattern created? Look out for times. Oh, time is there. Okay. So how was our default pattern created? So I'm going to tell you a story. Imagine single parent, mom, in this case, taking care of two child, one called Dave and one, what is this? Looks like a boy, but let's say sister. Okay. One boy, Dave, and a sister. All right. Very difficult, meeting hands meet and struggling in their day-to-day life. Can relate to it? Some of you can. Huh? You have seen it. So imagine the mother have to do grocery shopping and then takes the Dave and to do this shopping. As a small child, he feels that he can do this, right? And generally boys like to hold money, do activities and things like that. I'm sure girls also do, but generally, all right? And then say Dave says to the mother, I want to do this activity. I know how to do this. I know how to do it. And what the mother will say? Not now. You're still young. You're still small. A day will come, I'll give it to you. What will Dave say? It will keep on pestering the mother because it knows the activity and it wants to do that. Correct? Right? And then imagine one day, the mother just can't take his nagging, gave the Dave 100 ringgit to buy grocery, and then he knows where to the nearest grocer, and he knows what the mother buys on a weekly basis. All right? So what Dave does, he gets very excited, right? So Dave took the 100 ringgit, tuck it into his pocket, and run to the nearest grocer, and then start picking up groceries that the mother does. And then imagine, now you have to imagine, right? People are throwing compliments to Dave. Oh, such young boy, helping the mother and things like that. Mother is not there. He's doing it on his own. Correct? Can you imagine all that stuff? And then he's picking up, he's being very happy for years that he's been nagging, and mother finally he get to do all this activity, correct? And then he goes to the cashier, and then he goes into his pocket, and then he's looking for the money, and he realized that he don't have the money. What do you think that Dave will be going through during that time? No money. And the line, he's holding back the line. People are just distressed. And then they're saying, do it fast and things like that. Correct? What do you think that so many things will be running in Dave's mind, right? Correct? What do you think Dave will do? He gets annoyed. He gets scared, generally scared. So he will try to run as fast as possible and then go and take refuge from his mother, right? Don't you think so? Right? So he ran out from the shop as fast as he could, crying all the way to seek refuge from his mom. Correct? He feels embarrassed and all those things. He was afraid, embarrassed, worried, helpless. When his mother heard his predicament, she scolded him for losing the money. Well, the mother said, "Oh no, don't worry, son, hug you, and then give another 100 ringgit. Please go back and lose that money and come back." Poor mother. Will the mother do that? Back in, sir, I'm sure back in your age and my age, we would have got something even harder. Caning or slap or everything, two in one. She exclaimed bitterly that she knew all along that he would not be able to handle cash and that he was irresponsible, careless, and useless. She was angry. Quite normal, right? Now let's assess what has happened to Dave. What word did Dave's subconscious mind register? This is where we have to understand our mind, intellect, and sanskaras. Right. What statement got embedded deep within Dave? Let's assess. I'm going to give you a breakdown. In the masterclass, you are going to do the breakdown, and then you're going to present in front of all of us in a group. All right. So what the subconscious mind heard, witnessed, correct? Subconscious mind heard. The conscious mind witnessed emotions of embarrassment, correct? Was he embarrassed? Shame, fear. It heard words like irresponsible, which the mother altered. Careless, you can't hold money, and she always knew you could not carry cash. When people are, angry, they say words, they don't mean it. But this is such case in the case of Dave. I'm sure we have gone through most cases like this. So that's how what we are made of today. So what the intellect does, intellect is good. It will justify. It has to justify. See, it's a 1.5 day program for me to do the mind intellect sanskaras with a exercise. Here I'm just giving you an essence form. All right. The intellect filters the emotion that it felt like rejection. Correct? It felt feelings. It's going back to feelings. Rejection, hatred. Mother showed hatred, right? That's how the intellect works. Anger. Was the mother very happy? Don't worry, son. I'll give you another 100. No? And being labeled as useless, correct? The intellect understands it as the people around him do not love him. Where love came? See, that's how the intellect works. That people just blame. They don't listen, and people are not worthy of his love. Intellect pandai goreng lah. It will add on and add on and add on, right? So this is what the intellect justifies, right? The subconscious mind only records. The subconscious mind records the entire incident, begins to prevent the same incident from reoccurring by preventing him by holding money and keeping him in his comfort zone. So the next time the mother were to give him 100 ringgit, what do you think Dave will do? You think he's going to do the grocery shopping? He will never do grocery shopping ever again. So now you know why the guys all don't like to do grocery shopping. No? No? Some of us do, right? Some of us, I got no choice. We got no choice. We have to do. Yeah. So I say, so what about the feelings? What about the feelings? We'll go explore. The feeling of bitter, hatred, correct? Fear in handling money. By feeling this way, he only attracts the same situation in life through the law of attraction. Law of attraction works through feelings. Law of karma works through action. We're going to explore that. So when you throw anger, and then you're going to receive more anger in your life. So it works through your feelings. Feelings are far more powerful than thoughts and actions. Feelings are very, very powerful tool. And then what kind of blueprint that Dave will have? Now this belief system becomes the new personality and blueprint. So Dave have gone through that condition and that is his blueprint, correct? So now, are we all same? Different, right? By personality, we are different, right? So what conditioned us to become like this? Must be one of these situations, correct? Whatever we are, which whatever condition. In the masterclass, you will be able to identify, check them, change them. Check and change them. After that, you have to do a little bit more work, how to change them. I'll give you all the tools, right? The blueprint process for default pattern. In summary, conscious mind create thoughts. The intellect approves or rejects the created thoughts. The subconscious mind records that thoughts. The stored thought become our new personality and becomes our new filter for the intellect. Remember the aeroplane? So it's the same thing. It's our default pattern. Get it? The intellect uses this new filter to justify our future thoughts as a default pattern. Will Dave go and do pester the mother again to do the grocery shopping? No, right? Because it don't want to go through that embarrassment or the feeling of all the feelings that he had gone through, right? The thought will create emotion, feeling, and vibration that will manifest eventual outcome. This is our blueprint. You understand how we got what we got in our life? Why we are so different among ourselves? You get what I mean? So, in the masterclass, don't worry, we will go through in details. Okay, I'll be going to tell you a lot about the masterclass because I'm promoting it. Because it's 1.5 day, and then it will be on a Saturday and Sunday. So we will see how we can do this in Johor Bahru. All right. Okay. So this blueprint, one incident can cause so many deep-rooted issues. One incident, hatred, fear of money, and all these things. Can you imagine such incidents? So many incidents we would have had. Correct? Whose fault is this? The mother? Must be the mother. She's an adult. Dave? I'll let you think about. Dave's karma? Oh, something deeper now. Whose fault is this? Nobody's fault. It's just meant to be. God's fault. Something to think about, right? Imagine how many such different incidents we have gone through in our life. This is a true story. But this person, my friend, is a hypnotherapist in Singapore, very close to you. and he was a banker, and he went through this in his childhood lifetime. And he was a banker, and he can't hold money. He had fear, and then he has trust issue, and he had a divorce, and he had a miserable life, and hope now he's okay and fine. I thought this topic will be relating to this nicely, so I chose this topic. Of course, Dave is not his real name, right? We need to update our blueprint constantly. However, if we don't update the outdated blueprint, old realities will keep repeating. That becomes your habits. Can you update your blueprint? Yes, you can. Is there a simple way to update your blueprint? Yes, there is. Affirmation and things like that. How to do it smartly. You don't need to work. You can take all this support, little things to have your new personality in life. For that, you must know what you want in life. Correct? That's by design. What you want in life, when you're clear, when you know your life purpose, that is living life by design. Okay? We'll go. I'll take you step by step. Other example of limiting belief. All right? Yes, I know we all love money. So all these examples are related to money because you can relate to it. That's what I'm giving such example. Right? Money doesn't grow on. Wow. Everybody tells us this, right? Regardless, Indian, Chinese, Malay, everybody uses the word three. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Don't bother going to school. Network after having known ABC. Correct? Rich people are, this is the one. Rich people are greedy. But we all want to become rich. You see the contradictory? You are saying it's greedy. Your heart wants to become rich. It contradicts. So you will not become rich. Money can't buy? Habis ah. Money can't buy happiness. True, but it can solve 80% of your problem. But 99%, there you go, from a Brahma Kumari. 99%. Brother Jyoti. Good student. Honest student. Money is not essential. Is that true? Some belief system. Because they say spirituality means you shouldn't hold money. Some people say that. All right? Some of them. Money is the root cause of all evil. Have you heard this? Bad things always happen to me. Poor person. Why me? That's the word. Why me? I'm not good at speaking to people. All my relationships are painful. All my relationships are painful. What are you manifesting? Painful. You get what I mean? Through feelings. Other people are untrustworthy. You are the only trustworthy person on earth. Other people are manipulative. Other people are always against me. When you say other people, what you mean is you lah. Correct? I mean, for spiritual people, you'll know, from your word. Okay. But what I'm saying is, what are you attracting? Some culture have some belief system. When I used to grow up, I've heard people say that, oh, you're laughing a lot today. Tomorrow you're going to. It's an Indian thing, right? Was it a Chinese thing also? Chinese also have that. Oh, come, I didn't know. Oh, really? Oh, it's a Chinese thing as well. I thought it's an Indian thing. What kind of statement is that? So we should cry or we shouldn't laugh, but we want to be happy. So if these are the things that we have been embedded, we have to check and change. So that program will let you understand that, oh, this is my problem. At least you will know, oh, this is my issue. You get what I mean? The masterclass, right? If we keep thinking what we are thinking, we will keep doing what we are, and we will keep getting what we are getting. We keep getting the same unwanted result over and over again. Correct? The reason is we were unconsciously, it's not my fault, unconsciously creating and affirming our default pattern or our blueprint. So now you find it that I really can't change. I can't wake up in the morning. Those days when I started meditation and all this thing, they told me to wake up at 4 a.m. Must be crazy people. Trust me. Now I'm advocating. Wake up. Now I sleep early. I wake up at 3. They only told me 4. Now I'm waking up at 3. You get what I mean? Because there is benefit. You see, you must understand, in KL, these white people in white, trying to make our life miserable sometimes, asking us to wake up early in the morning, they must be benefiting something. That's what they're doing there. You get what I mean? There must be something, something benefiting them. That's what they're doing, So just give it a shot. Give it a try. Doesn't work for you? Make a U-turn. No worries. You get what I mean? But give it a shot. Okay? Let's explore. The law of universe is at play. Okay? The law of karma and the law of attraction. Okay, I'm going to only touch on law of karma and law of attraction in a sensual manner. But in the masterclass, I will teach you what is the law of quantum physics. The laws that applies to you no matter who you know, what you know, it still applies to you. Whatever your religion believes, the law works as it is. You get what I mean? That is the called law of the universe. All right? So I'll go through law of quantum physics. I'll go through what is collective consciousness, what is consciousness, what are the laws. So once you understand these are the laws, infallible laws. Infallible means it will happen. Correct? So what is law of karma and law of attraction? It's the two sides of the same coin. It's very close. It's related. It's the same coin, but two sides, the head and the tail. It's like that. You understand? Law of karma works through actions. Karma means action. So what type of actions we have? Good actions, bad actions, and there's neutral action. Good action means what action you perform. Bad actions, you know what we perform. And neutral action is like I'm walking, not injuring anything, doing nothing. So that's neutral actions. Correct? It's an action I'm performing. Correct? So what is law of attraction? Law of attraction is a law where you use feelings. See, everything boils down to feelings. We can put up a facade and put up a smile, but we're feeling horrible. Have you done that before? Still doing it? We all do that, right? See, this is our problem. So how the law of universe works? Law of universe is dumb. The most dumbest thing in the laws of all laws is the law of universe. It just times hundreds and gives it back to you. If you feel angry, it will just times 100 times anger and give it back to you. Now it has to keep you angry. It doesn't discriminate between you are a good person or a bad person. You understand? Law of attraction, the feelings. Imagine it works like a law of gravity. See, is there gravity on Earth? There is gravity, right? It's holding us, right? If there's no gravity, we all will be floating up, right? Correct? So, likewise, if somebody says that I don't know the law of gravity, it shouldn't work on me, what? My religion says it doesn't believe in gravity. The square people, they call it, right? Earth is a square, or I don't know. So, you know, there's no gravity, but it still applies on you. That's how the law of this thing. So two people, one good, one bad. Okay? Two people, one good guy, one bad guy. What determines their karma? Correct? Goes up to the 20th floor and then decided that to jump from the 20th floor. What will happen to that good person and the bad person? Both will hit the pavement and die. Correct? Any other outcome, do you think? God will save them by putting his magical hand? I'll file like Superman. Sister Dimple is all out. Don't try. This is not part of Brahma Kumari's teaching. So what just happened? It doesn't discriminate. It's a dumb thing. So if you're happy, it will just times 100 and give you back happiness. So now you know who's attracting, what is attracting in your life? It's your feelings. You get what I mean? So in the masterclass, I will teach you how to have positive feelings and how to do the switch. Okay? First, you have to identify all your positive feelings. Then you must know how to switch it. Whenever you're feeling angry, you have to switch it. Okay? So that's in the masterclass. All right? All right. Looking at time, I'm time conscious now. Thank you, Sister Dimple. So, okay. So I'm, okay. Law of karma returns in always equal in kind, intensity, victory, defeat, harm, oppression, wealth, success, whatever we have earned it. You get what I mean? Some people, you know, some people will take it lightly. Some people will take it, you know, in bad relationship. Some people will just, oh, this didn't work with this person. I'll get a divorce and get married to another one. It's as simple as that. For some. Okay? Don't, but for some, they will be miserable. You get what I mean? That's because the intensities are different. So what in law of karma says is that it will never fail. The intensity, a person gone through 20 years of agony because of you, whatever you did. You get what I mean? You chop somebody's hand, right hand, both hands. Let's make it a little bit dramatic. Both hands. How difficult for him to eat? How difficult for him to go to the toilet? My goodness. That 20 years he lived on. And then, what do you think will be your karma in the next birth? You get what I mean? So that's also the thing called rebirth and all these things. In the masterclass, I will cover it for you. All right? We do not We do not know our future or remember our past. Our past story is hidden in the cycle of time, wearing unfamiliar bodies and names we don't remember. You understand what it means? Do you understand? Cycle of time I'll go through in the master class, wearing unfamiliar bodies and names. So we all are connected to each other. All right. How many of you all know Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson? Woohoo! No? All knows Michael Jackson like, is the most famous guy, right? Do you have karma with him? You don't have a karma with him, right? But we all know him. That's how karma works. If you know Michael Jackson, if you have karma with Michael Jackson, you will already interact with him. At least say, good morning, sir. And he would have said, yes, yes, good morning. You know, he would have said that. So do we have some karmic account with us today? Yeah, we do. That's what we are interacting with each other. All right. The law of karma gives its written either in the law in this birth or the next birth. However, law of attraction works in the present moment through our feelings. Law of karma, you paid in this birth or the next birth. Correct? Law of attraction, it's happening at the present moment through your feelings. So that's what it's a two sides of the same coin. The law of attraction only responds to our feelings just like gravity we spoke about it. All right. The law of attraction will give back in manifold whatever we sent out to the universe. Everything we experience in our life is invited, attracted, and created by us consciously or unconsciously. You get what I mean? Do you all understand what this means? Say, for example, you are angry in your at work. In the house. You're angry, you're preparing food, save your kids, your husband also not so much of help, or your wife is not so much of help. You're angry inside. So what you are throwing it to the universe? You're feeling angry. Suddenly you go, you're a good, excellent worker. You go to work. Suddenly, for no reason, your boss is angry at you. Why is that? Because you are projecting anger, and the law works that I have to give you 100% anger back to you, and the situation I'm creating is angry situation. So for no reason, the boss just finds you irritating and he's just angry. You didn't do anything. The minute you change your feelings, the situation outside will change. Trust me. Try it on. No, I should say it like this. Don't trust me at all. Experience it for yourself. You see, there's many times that I have tried it on over a period of time. Okay, to be very, very fair to myself, I've been intensifying this from 2017 only. All right, intensifying. Okay, and it works very well. It changed my life a lot. So immediately when I know that somebody is angry at me, I will just switch. I'll do a snap out thing. Snap out is a term that I use here in the program. I will switch from angry mode to positive mode. Oh, brother, you have spent 26 years in Gyan. Gyan means knowledge. You still get angry every other day. When I was driving, you think I didn't get irritated? It happens. It's over a period of time. All right. Watch a movie with torture and sorrow. This is the other thing. Why do you torture yourself? When you are feeling, now it's very famous horror movie. And then what kind of things that you're attracting in your life? Horror. You get what I mean or no? So you have to be mindful in what you are watching and what you're doing. Better still don't watch. Good movies watch, but better still don't watch. All right. There is a way. I will teach you. Whatever we resist, worry, or fear will become our reality through our law of attraction. I don't want to be a bankrupt. What are you attracting through law of attraction? Bankrupt. I don't want to be a loser. What are you attracting? Loser. You get what I mean? So you must understand, and it's all about the feelings. All right. These feelings will gravitate towards things, event, people, and ideas that we are vibrating to. Everything is created through vibration. Sound is a vibration, light is a vibration, matter is a vibration, emotion and creation through vibration. So here I will go through with you the law of attraction in a scientific manner for those who like to put science into all these things. What is quantum physics? How does it work? How the building blocks of this world work? In a very nice way, not boring scientific talk. Okay? I'll do that in the master class. All right. Every feeling that we have either attracts us to what we want or what we don't want. Fortunately, we have an inbuilt system called instinct of feelings to guide us in making the choice. Is your instinct works? Never tried before? Feelings works? Never tried before? You see, only men means men and women, we question our belief system, our instinct, everything. Animals don't do that. In 2004, tsunami, right? 2004, 2004, I think. You know, if you have heard a lot of stories in the internet and all those stuff, and this happened in Thailand. The elephant was trying to break off the chain and trying to go to the mountain area during tsunami time. And the man means man and woman, trying to dress up and going to the beach. Tsunami is coming. We are all going to the beach. Animal is going to the mountain to save itself. What is the problem with us and them? Animal don't have dispute between the heart set and the mindset. When your heart and mind is in line, you are connected to the universe. We call universe in many names: God, supreme, intelligence, so many things, right? So we are conflicted. So we are always fighting with the heart and the mind, heart and the mind. In the master class, you will understand what is your problem with your heart, what do you want in your life, what is your purpose of life. Bingo. You'll find out. But then you have to put it into practice. Then I'll tell you what is the easy way to practice. Do an affirmation, just sleep onto it, and it will help you through. Okay? You understand? What is the problem? I'm not going to cover the heart set and the mindset today. Yeah? I'll do it during the masterclass. No point in complaining. All feelings can be changed immediately, like switching the radio channel. Say, for example, you don't like a radio channel. What do? We listen to the radio channel and complain to our neighbor. You know how bad is that radio channel? How bad is the MC or the speaker or whatever? What you need to do is just change to the different channel that you like. How easy it is. Life is like that. If you don't like something, you can switch. But you must know what to switch on to. You must know there's availability of channels. That are your feelings. That are your preparation over a period of time and things like that. Okay? Everything happens based on how we are feeling, period. You understand? If you can master your feelings, you are a happy soul. Finish. Everything happens through your feelings. Don't need to blame on, oh, my karma is bad. Yes, feeling is far more superior. How we feel within ourselves is a reflection of what is happening around us. Why your boss get annoyed with you? Because he's a useless boss. Why? Because of your feelings. Check your feelings. Okay? See, the world is designed in such a way. It tells you what is within yourself in your surrounding. If somebody is doing something wrong, somebody is stealing, of course you stop them. You report to a police. You know, I'm not saying stealing is a bad example. Let's not go into stealing. You know, if somebody is, I have a person who always say that the cat used to come to the right in front of the house and poo there. I don't know why cat does that. Whenever I was, it happened to be my family member. Whenever I'm there, the cat doesn't do that. So now I say, why the cat only does that when that person is in the house? So I did ask that person, oh, hey, I think it's your law of attraction. What do you think? Well, by cat pooing, cat needs to poo. Too bad it has to poo in front of the house. So what do you feel inside of yourself? And to my surprise, she said, or he said, that the cat is cunning. Huh? Cat can be cunning, meh? Sneaky. So then I told that person, now reflect in yourself what is cunning within yourself and change it. You're a cunning person. That's what you're attracting, that cat, and that makes you feel cunning. True law of attraction. Correct? Of course, the person didn't like what I just said, and it had happened to be somebody elder to me. And many years later, they said you were right. Many years later. Okay. But what I'm saying is, you want to change your situation around you. If your son is not doing what you want him to do, ask yourself this question and then check and change inside yourself, and you will see the changes in that person as well. Okay. That's how the law works. Okay. You need to master all these laws. If we are not suffering or working hard, we are not progressing. This is another limiting belief. We are not progressing. We must work hard. Work smart and hard together. That is even better. All right. Work smart, and sometimes effort is very, very important. So here in Brahma Kumaris, we will talk a lot about effort. But here I don't have time. They only gave me 1.5 hours. Okay. So another limiting belief is want and need. I want something. What? I need something. What shows in the law of attraction through your feeling? I don't have those things. I'm in a situation of lack. I need something, correct? Want and need, correct? So what should we replace? So such words have power. I want something. You want something, yes, period. We understand you want something. But in terms of feeling, you are saying what? You don't have that thing. What will you get? You won't have that thing, correct? You understand? So instead of want and need, replace it with I desire this. Meaning, you're saying that I will eventually have it. Yes, I know I don't have it right now, but I desire that I will have it in the future. Such words are very, very affirmative. So we in the masterclass, I'll go through you with the details. But these are also a limiting belief. You are programming wrongly because your feeling, your heart and the head doesn't jive. Your head knows what you want, but your heart says that you don't have. Though you say, I need it. It's a state of lack. It's a state of feelings. All right. Don't have something. We spoke about this. We all want something out of life, yet the problem is we spend a lot of time wanting and very little time in state of having and accepting or experiencing it. All right. So we will go through in details in a group work and all those things. All right. Thoughts in terms of wanting only creates more wanting. We spoke about this. If you tell ourselves that we want something, it means that we don't have right now. We spoke about this. Change it to desire. All right. There's a lot more limiting belief. I only took certain things that to give you an essence full of what are the things. Having desire indicates that we can manifest whatever we want. Okay. Now, the other thing about spirituality and people, they say that asking is not begging. Asking versus begging. So they say that I shouldn't ask God anything. But we do like either way. Correct? No? You never asked? I asked even yesterday. Asking was, you shouldn't beg. That's what the philosophers, religious readers have said. You don't beg for things. Why you don't beg for things? Because when you start begging for things, what kind of feeling that you have? Scarcity. Yes. Limiting belief. And what are you attracting to the law of attraction? Limiting belief. Scarcity. Asking means it's as though you go to a restaurant. Okay. And you sit down. Obviously, the waiter will come and give you a menu. Now you're looking at the menu and the waiter comes to you and you're saying, in the case of this, you're saying that he should know. How come you don't know what I want to eat? You get what I mean? Isn't that ridiculous? It's like that. Ask. Eventually, you're asking, but wrong way. You're asking it in a beggingly manner. All right. So once say for example, always respond to our feeling. Asking means it's not begging or pleading. It is like placing an order of food in the restaurant. Then we leave it to the universe to deliver the ordered things. So now it's like this. Now you're already pandai lah. All right. All know Basa. You're already intelligent. Now you know how to ask. Oh, Raj said, ask la universe and the universe will give. Okay, I know how to ask. Now, the problem is once you ask, then the next minute you'll be thinking, when is it going to be delivered to me? Yeah? It's as though like you place an order, you go to the kitchen to check, hey, have you got my order already or not? What is happening? Do you know how to cut or not? So the trick is ask and be detached. It will happen. It will be given to you. Once you have asked, it will be given to you. Either in this birth or the next birth. You get what I mean? So you need to know how to receive it, everything in this birth right now. The only problem between that and this is our ego. We are the one who's stopping whatever we want to receive in our life. That's our ego. Ego is a different topic. I'm not going to touch that. See, I'm getting stressed out when I speak about ego. So ego is something that I'm just giving an essence where the root cause of it. I will take it you through step by step in the coming lessons. It shall get delivered as and when it ought to be delivered, as long as we place the order and let go. To be detached. Okay? How to be detached? What is consciousness? What is soul consciousness and body consciousness? How soul consciousness works? Everything we will go into the detail in a fun way. All right? The right time, right place, and the right way. Okay? Now, the other thing is that art of taking advice. Okay? If they don't show it, they don't have it. This is my quote. All right? Say, for example, you want to become a millionaire. Now, you want to become a millionaire, you go and ask your neighbor or your friend who never even seen millions in their life. Will that work? Or you go, we all have the good friend, right? Who's not a millionaire. I'm not saying, I'm just giving an example of millions. Huh? And then you go and ask him, he also don't know how to make million. How is he going to advise you how to make million? Logic? Very logical, right? Now, you found a millionaire and you became a friend, and then he teaches you how to become a millionaire, like just what he has. Now you want to become a billionaire. Then what will happen? Now you have to teach this millionaire friend, look for a billionaire who knows how to make the billions. Correct? The millionaire friend of yours don't know how to make billions. That's why he has millionaire. You get what I mean? So if you want to, likewise, if you want to be happy, go and ask a person who's happy how to remain happy. Don't go and ask your friend or your neighbor or your good friend who's always sorrow and complaining. Hey, how to be happy, yeah? They will always give you happiness. Their happiness is to give advice. So they will always give you advice. You get what I mean? So that's a wrong thing to do. You get what I mean? If you want to be, this is a very common thing. Nothing against marriage. Nothing against marriage. Scout's honor. Okay? If you want to be married, happily married, go and check with the person who is happily and married. Not happily and divorced and married and divorced. You get what I mean? And if you're married for 30, 40 years, like I've asked my grandmother this question, great lady, great lady. I've asked my grandmother. She was, the olden days, I think God knows 60 years married life. I asked her, are you happy in the marriage? She looked at me, no, that's not something I can share. Then I said, can you share? I'm your favorite grandson anyway. So I said, no. She's honest. But marriage went through. You get what I mean? So this is how it is. So if you want to be married happily, go and find out from somebody who's happily married. Don't go and find out your friend who's always getting divorced, 4 or 5 marriages, and he's happy. Not bad. No. Unless you want to be there, you also want 5, 6 marriages and be happy. All right. it works for you. So you must know. For those people, oh, I've never clicked. I think I would have covered all this already. Another word, don't take a relationship advice from a people who are relationship problem, or business financial advice from people who are broke. We can't do that. It's not logically compliance, right? Only take advice from people who have or have accomplished what we desire. So you need to know and identify this. Some people say that spiritual people are, this one I'll go through in exercise in Mind, Intellect, Sanskaras in the program, but I'm just giving you an idea. Spiritual people are poor. Is that true? You're closer to God. God is abundance. Correct? Can you be poor? You can't, you know. You can live simple, but they're not poor. That's what you see. The spiritual gurus are very, very rich, especially the Indian ones. Very rich, you know. They can own country. You know. So what I'm saying is, if, you know, see, if spiritual people are sad, is that true? If you find anybody spiritual and they are sad, they are progressing and making that effort to become happy. Generally, spiritual people, one of the characteristics are generally happy. Because you are closer to the universe, the source of intelligence, the source of giver, everything. So this is how to benchmark where you are. In the masterclass, I will cover this. So I've promoted the masterclass. Good enough. All right. Is life predestined? I'll keep it to what, 12 o'clock, 12:30. Oh my goodness. Oh, 12 o'clock, 12:30. Okay, is life predestined? What do you think? Is life predestined? Really? Okay, I'm going to give you this. The reality is life is not predestined. Why? At any given time, we live in the past, present, and future, correct? Correct? The past is done and dusted. We cannot change the past, but we do it in the present will decide the future. What I'm saying is this. Whatever I do now determines my future, right? I decide to pick up a cup and drink my water. In the future, I'm drinking water, correct? So whatever I do now decides my future, correct? How is it predestined? How? Think about it. Think about it. Your action determines your future. Think about it. That's what the Mahagurus, everybody trying to tell you. But there's a flip side of it. Therefore, we can live in the predestined if the power to choose or decide our future lies in the hands in the present moment. The present now decides everything. The present now. That's what it's called, a present now, which decides everything. What we do today will decide our future tomorrow. Agreed? Agreed? Agreed. Okay, now I'm asking you a question. I'm behind time. So, can you change your time of birth? Can you change your parents, father, mother? You can't. Can you change your siblings? You can't. Can you change the religion you were born into? Yeah, later you change over, that's fine. Can you change? Can you change the society, the country that you were born into? No. What determine all those things? Something to explore. Something to explore in the masterclass. Okay. What determine where you are, who you are, and everything. Okay. So is life predestined? It is predestined in that context, right? I've just asked you that question, right? But that script was consented by you. When? That's another thing that you have to find out in the masterclass. I'll give you in details when that happened, why it happened, why you are married to this person, that person. All right? All right. Solution is be in the now. I'm going to ask you a question. All right? Can I choose you, sister? Can? What? But you all reflect yourself as well. What is your problem right now? Not 5 minutes ago, not 5 minutes after, right now. What is your problem right now? Not 1 second before this, not 1 second after this. What is your problem right now? There you go. There is no problem. So what is our problem now? we have no problem. The problem is the mind, the monkey mind, will always keep us in the past or in the future. If we in the present now and you have hypnotized yourself, self hypnosis, oh, there was a bad word now. Outside is bad. Okay? If you have hypnotized, you can come back in the present moment. Hey, there's no problem. You will be just like air conditioned inside, you know. Of course, don't go to a funeral house and then be happy about it. No, that's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean, right? You get what I mean? You don't have any problem right now. That's what it means. So we will teach you how to psycho yourself. No, terms are wrong, but hypnotize yourself, right? Self-hypnosis, all right? Okay, we went through this, okay? If you're worried, you're probably thinking about the past. If you're worried, you're thinking about the past. Always tell yourself, you're worried, you're thinking about the past. If you're anxiety, you're thinking about the future. If you're in the present, you don't have these emotions at all. You will just feel like air conditioned inside, you know? You get what I mean? Thank you, sister. All right. So I'm okay. Be in the now. The twist here is the past is destined and the choice we have made, but the present decides what our future will be. The present is our free will. I'm not going to go into the free will because of I'm going to keep it in time. Free will. God has given us free will. I will go through it with you in detail and I'll prove it to you why God has given you free will. We abuse that free will sometimes, and then this is what God is not to be blamed. You understand? Free will is given to you. You choose whatever you want to do. No worries. It's your problem anyway. God is, I didn't do this to you. You get what I mean? God has given to you. Some religion says that, oh, you are destined. God has planned everything for you. Not true. Not true. We cannot blame God that way. Now, we have to be smart in blaming people. All right? Okay, I'm going to go through this. Okay, now I'm going to do one more exercise. Who is in control in life when you're living life by design? I'm going to do a practical example. Okay, we are going to play the last game. It's called the number game. All right. So what I'm going to do is this. Yeah. Okay. If I live my life by design, can I have total control over it? Okay. I'm going to show it to you in this number game. So 1, 2, 10. Okay. I'm going to throw my aeroplane. This is far more greater aeroplane than what we all did. Right? And it will go through wherever I want to shoot. Okay. So I'm going to throw it to this person. Brother, catch. Brother, choose 5 of your favorite number. 5 numbers. 2, 5, 2, 5, 9, 7, 3. 2, 5, 9, 7, 3. Why you took this? Oh, brother, I just marked your table. 2, 5, 9, 7. Okay, why do you choose this number, brother? Good, acha. So there's something emotion to it, and there's something favorite numbers like that. Acha, acha. Okay, good, brother. Right, right. Sure, sure. Brother, throw that aeroplane of mine to somebody that you like, or you don't like, also throw it at them. Don't worry about it. George, there you go. Whoa, saw my aeroplane. Acha, thank you. We have 6, 8, and 10. 1, 6, 8. 1, 1. You didn't see? Okay. So that's a random. Who got it? All right. So, sister, we have 8 and 10. What number that you will keep and what number you will give it to me? 8 and 10. That's no. That's A. I needed the whiteboard. That's A and that's 10. What number you will have it for yourself and what? Yeah, you will take 10 and you will give me 8. Sister, can you open my aeroplane and see what number I've written down there? There you go. I'm a part-time magician as well. Open, open. 8. There you go. So what I'm saying is, if you have a clear aim in your life and you have a clear destiny and you know your purpose of life, see what I've just told you and I've just played along, because all you need to know have clear purpose, clear aim, and then you can live whatever you want. The word, if I use the word manipulate all this one, you will find out in the master class how I did this, how you need to have that. So aim is very, very vital in our moving forward. Okay. All right. So people, our society, circumstances, our relation, parents, neighbors, these are all the people there. Parents, society, relationship, all these are people that we can still achieve by living within ourselves, the community. No need to go and hide yourself in the mountain or in the jungle. No, we don't do that. You get what I mean? Okay. So, okay, I have to do this. Aim is we need to have our clear life purpose, which is a 1.5 hour program. I will go through it to you in the master class. The strategy. So these are aim, strategy, tactics, all the business jargons, right? The strategy is through body consciousness, our possibilities are limited. I will go through this, but I don't have time. We can talk later. Soul conscious has no limitation. You only need to know, you don't worry about the soul consciousness. I will teach you what is soul consciousness. Okay? No limitation, and soul consciousness, no boundaries. The only problem is our ego of what we know. This is our problem. You think you're smart. You're not smart. We are not smart. You get what I mean? If I were to tell you very quickly, can I have just 5-10 minutes of your time? Can I? It's all okay? Can? Thank you. So if I were to tell you this, if I were to give you I want to become a millionaire. Give me 5 reasons how to become a millionaire. 5 ways how to become a millionaire. Strike lottery, the favorite one. I tried also. Some more? Parents give lah, or neighbor give lah. Inheritance lah. All right? Have a millionaire friend, but he may give you. Okay, fine. Have a millionaire friend who wants to make you a millionaire. Okay? What else? Rob a bank. Fair enough. But you mustn't be caught lah by the police lah. Okay? 3. Some more? That is a smart one, brother. I see your aim and objective. This brother is smart. Get daughter married off to somebody wealthy. Some more? You're struggling. 4. Invest gold, invest in crypto. Come again? Okay, get married. Again, the marriage part lah. Married to somebody wealthy and all this thing. You didn't even pass 5. If you are connected to the source of intelligence, source of power, it will give you millions of ways in the shortest time period to become a millionaire. That's the secret. So what is that? How to connect to this point, this source of intelligence, source of energy? How do I connect to that? That you need to become soul conscious, because you can't be body conscious and connect. It's difficult. You get what I mean? Now, then they'll say, oh, somebody in other classes did say to me, brother, how to ask God all these things? That's your problem. That's your problem. Limiting belief. I can't ask God this. Don't ask. I'm not going to stop you. Who am I to stop you? Correct? So these are things that you will go through the masterclass. What I want from you is that please, during the masterclass, if we have it in Johor, if Brother Jyoti wants to have it in Johor, then you can bring your family, you can bring your friends. It is nothing. Don't worry about it. Just bring. At least you all get benefit, and bring your family members. So your children's, kids, that will be even better than younger generations. All right. Let go of figuring it out how you get it. All right. When we are aware of what we are doing, when we are conscious of what choice are making, choice in full of awareness, then we are living life by design. You understand how life by design works? You have an idea how life by design works. Okay. So, oh my. Focus on where and you want to go and not what you fear. Okay. So who is in control? If you want to live life by design, we need to know our life purpose. So to be continued. This is the end of those slides. And then I having the master class in Bangsa. I know it's a little bit far for you all. This will be held on 14 and 15 March to 2026, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you want to come to Bangsa, you on this date, you are free to come and join us. Just we will send out to Brother Jyoti and Dimple, Sister Dimple. You can join. Or better thing is convince Sister Dimple and Brother Jyoti to have the master class here, so I can travel, come here, and then stay 1 night, 2 nights, and finish the class and go back. That's also even better. All right. Thank you. Om Shanti.